G'day, it's fugitive Australian journalist Shane Dowling from the website kangaroocourtofaustralia.com. Now, some smoking gun evidence has just been broadcast in the US. It comes from a presentation that Dominion Voting Systems gave to a court last week in their $1.6 billion defamation case against Rupert Murdoch's Fox News. And it talks about the brain room, which is a fact-checking department of Fox News, who fact-checked a lot of the lies they were broadcasting and, in effect, told them they shouldn't be broadcasting it. So that means Fox News has got no room to move. Their own fact-checking department told them they shouldn't be broadcasting the lies they were broadcast. And that evidence, Fox News tried to stop being made public, and has only recently been made public in the last few hours. And MSNBC has broadcast it in the US, and we'll watch that video in a second. But the reason I got the photo behind me, the bushfires on the Murdochs, because their companies are going to struggle to survive. I can't see them surviving with all the evidence that's coming out, with all their lies and deception and deceit. And I think they're potentially going to be facing criminal charges. But let's listen to the MSNBC story.
The brain room, that's what they call it, at Fox News told the network its claims about Dominion voting systems rigging the presidential election were false. But Fox News put them on the air anyway, according to newly released evidence made public in Dominion's defamation lawsuit against Fox News. Joining me now is NBC News digital senior politics editor Amanda Turkle and Washington Post senior political reporter Aaron Blake. So, Amanda, explain what these documents tell us about the brain room.
Sure. So Fox has this sort of in-house fact-checking and research unit. And you have top Fox executives admitting in their testimony in this Dominion lawsuit that when they're not sure of something, when they want to check the veracity of something, they go to the brain room. And if the brain room says it's wrong, it shouldn't go on air. You have David Clark, who is a top Fox executive, saying if the brain room says it's wrong, it shouldn't go on air. And yet Dominion shows that Fox News asked the brain room to check, was there widespread fraud in the 2020 election? Did Dominion switch votes against Donald Trump? Did it have ties to Pelosi, the Clinton Global Initiative, the Feinsteins? And they found in every case the answer was no. These claims were false. And yet Fox, as we know, ran with them on air in the days after the election, with its hosts asserting these things and having guests on who also push these false claims.
What you're seeing right now are part of the court documents, including emails from within Fox News. There's also one where the executive that you just mentioned, David Clark, said false claims should not have gone on air. That's the testimony, from David Clark. It's pretty, Amanda, if Dominion was looking for something akin to a slam dunk, am I wrong to say this kind of feels like it? I'm not a lawyer, but seems pretty damning.
I think Fox News also knows how damning this was, and they redacted it. These slides are part of a presentation that Dominion showed at a pretrial hearing last week, and that information was redacted at the request of Fox News. But Dominion argued that it should be released, it should be public. A judge agreed that this information needed to be released and public, and so that's why today we are actually seeing all of this, and we are seeing what Fox News wanted to keep secret, and we're seeing how damaging it was.
So Fox News' own fact-checking department told them they shouldn't be broadcasting the lies they were, and they continue to do so. Why? Because they wanted to keep on making money. Their own own viewers were starting to say, look, we're jumping ship. And other documents being made public in the last few hours as well. I'll read you out an email from Rupert Murdoch to the CEO, Suzanne Scott, CEO of Fox News, that is, and it's CC to Lachlan Murdoch. The more I think about McConnell's remarks or complaint, the more I agree. Trump insisting on the election being stolen and convincing 25% of Americans was a huge disservice to the country. Pretty much a crime inevitable that blew up on Jan 6. Best we don't mention his name unless essential, and certainly don't support him. We have to respect people or principle, and if it comes to the Senate, don't take sides. That email suggests to me that Lachlan Murdoch and Rupert Murdoch are going to line Susan Scott up for the political hit. They'll blame her for everything. So it doesn't explain why he's continuing with the court case. Why hasn't he settled? Well, I suspect he's probably going to try and get it to the Supreme Court in the US, which is stacked full of Republican judges. And he'll be hoping they'll do him a favour and squash the defamation case. Now, this video is a follow-up to another article I just published a few days ago, which is titled "Rupert Murdoch Faces Jail for Threatening Employee to Lie Under Oath in $1.6 billion Dominion Defamation Case." And I'll put a link to that below the video in the description box, so you can read that article and watch that video as well. But like I said, I don't think the Murdochs can survive much longer. I don't think anyhow, but they've managed to before. But I think this is the biggest bushfire they've ever had to face. It's a lot bigger than the hacking scandal in the UK. At the moment, the UK hacking scandal has probably cost them more, but with the court cases starting to line up in the US, I think give it 12 months and the bushfires in the US will far outweigh the ones in the UK. Other than that, if you're watching on YouTube, please hit the like, subscribe and notification button, and please share this video on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for your time and have a good day.